Greetings, everyone. How are you today? I hope everyone is doing really well. I'd wanted to make a video really about Al Franken, but I noticed that more structures are going up around Olympia. Right now it's sort of pouring down rain. And I might get out of the car and put an umbrella up if it seems like it would be a good idea. So this is kind of strange. There's like a watchtower that's been put up, and unfortunately these people might actually have a point. That's kind of strange. I'm probably not really with them on probably a lot of different things, but every now and then, what's the old joke? Sometimes a hypochondriac can even be right, and there are problems down at the port. This would drive my friend Doc nuts because he has been fighting the port, and so has a friend of mine, Arthur, and Arthur has even won a few $100,000 or something from them over the years, but he's never able to really do anything. It all is just about, it's procedural stuff. He gets a ton of money over procedural stuff and is never able to get to the meat of anything. But okay, wow, it looks like we've got a runner and a sentry guard and everything. It's interesting that the Olympia police are sort of allowing this to go on. A friend of mine came to visit from Colorado a few years ago, and she said this would never happen in Aspen. You know, it just wouldn't. So it's interesting. Shall I get out of the car? Do you mind? And we'll see. You know, we'll take a look here and see what's up. Sorry about this. Okay, this is a very charmless area right here, and it makes me sad. It used to be, I don't know, it used to be like a field and a little pizza place, and of course the state ate it. And there's that fancy schmancy place, the Obamacare building. This was a place that was vacant forever, and somebody kind of bought it, and they've got chickens. It's kind of fun. And these be the railroad tracks. And you know, I heard in the old days that the Chinese planted interesting herbs along the tracks, but that they've just been sort of pesticided over the years. So it looks as if they are actually blocking the train. I'm trying to be a little journalist here. And it says no something crossed. So shall we, dare I venture in further? I'm kind of alone on this one. By the way, okay, now this is sort of an interesting Olympia fact, is that this is one of the black houses owned by the vampire dentist, Dwayne something, and he drives a hearse around town, and he has a throne made of teeth, and there are many black houses in Olympia that he owns and rents out to students, and I don't really know much beyond that. Some things you just don't maybe want to know about in this world. And here we've got the we're coming up onto the encampment. This is quite fascinating here. It kind of looks like an Andy Warhol movie. Wow, okay, this is definitely blocked. We have definite blockage here. This is quite the interesting day. So
we just asked you not to take any photos of people's faces or bodies.
sure.
So just be careful.
We are in an interesting time. Hi. I've just been doing YouTubes about this. Is this about the fracking?
Yeah.
The fracking material?
Yep.
Interesting. Is it coming from China? Is that where the fracking? Okay. Hi, how's it going?
Are you doing a video?
I'm totally doing it. I have a YouTube channel.
Awesome.
So I'm like, how can I not film this, right? And I did like a little bit of filming the other day, but it was from the front, and I noticed like there's this whole wild, amazing thing in the back.
Hey, could I ask you this sweet request?
Yes.
Could we film and talk about that like over here?
That sounds interesting. I was interested in this as well because it's just so fascinating.
Yeah.
You know, it's very newsworthy.
The main concern is getting people's faces.
Okay.
Video.
Are people concerned about that right now?
It can be, yeah, it can be very dangerous.
I've done a lot of videos, by the way, on the logging down at the port because they just are logging the hell out of this place.
They are.
And I'm like always down there alone, just me and the camera. So if you go to my channel, you'll just see a ton of like me just talking to the camera.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see other people here who are caring about what's going on down there.
Yes.
Okay, so
Thank you.
you know, so I thank you for this. My name is Colleen Wasner. It's the Colleen Wasner channel. All right. I'm sorry. I used to have a cooler like title, but they took my channel down and made me use my real name, which is okay. I don't mind. So I'm sort of visible. You know who I am, and it's just really good that you're out here because they've really gotten away with a lot for a long time, and.
Could I request that we have an interview over here? I'd
Sure.
love to talk to you. I have like all these facts in my head.
That sounds great.
And the facts in my head, I would love.
And I just put everything up right away, so
Cool.
it'll just be up like as soon as I get home.
So like, I love that you are really into this, right? That's really cool. It is really great. So what we love the environment, right? And we're here because the state isn't doing its job in taking care of the environment, and we're working on trying to gain leverage and trying to do something, anything to stop the fact that like species are becoming endangered every day, you know, and like there's really nothing we can do about it, you know. They call it democracy. It's really a tyranny of the corporations. They have the money to throw their power around. And so, you know, I believe in the people doing all the work to create this beautiful society. And I don't think that we really need the people at the top that are making all the decisions for us. I think that we can do that by ourselves. And I think that if we did that by ourselves, we would be making much more ecologically healthy decisions amongst us, right? Because we wouldn't want our backyards torn up by a mine. So that's why we're here. Yeah, we are loosely affiliated with Olympia Stand, even though we have like lots of people here. Olympia Stand was born out of a Standing Rock Solidarity, and it's also the 10-year anniversary of the women's blockade, where they were sending striker vehicles to Iraq, and it was some anti-war peace
Was that done
protest.
here in Olympia?
10 years ago.
Okay, I was here for that, and I don't think I filmed it. I might have done some filming, but I wondered, why is there a concern about that and not a concern about the logs and the trees coming down? Because I'm like, okay, all these people are here for this military thing, and then they're like out of here. And the college, I went to Evergreen, and it was called Evergreen, and I never saw anything there about the trees.
Yeah.
Do you feel that because there's an allegiance to China at Evergreen that they kind of just let it go? You see, before, I'm here kind of an old timer, and in the 70s, you were not allowed to ship logs.
Yeah.
That was illegal.
Yeah.
And then they made it so you could put one little nick in a log, and that was considered milled. And Evergreen College rolled over. They could care less, you know.
Yeah.
And that's been a concern for me, that we are losing
I'd love
so many
that
trees, you know. And it's like, oh, if it's a military thing. And, you know, that's kind of an other thing. I mean, I'm not like pro-war at all. I hate it just as much as anyone else. I've never voted for a war. But it's like it's the sexy thing. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you've got these logs here and these trees, and I to me, I don't think the trees grow as fast as they cut them down.
I
You know, so
totally
it's like
agree
I
with
live
that.
in this like weird, heartbroken reality
Yeah.
that only I experience, and everyone else is like buying lattes, you know, just, you know, kind of in their own world, you know. So I thank you for doing this, because it's like, wow, you guys are seeing, yeah, there's a problem, and you've actually like done this wild action. If only, is it Edward Abbey? Was that his name? The monkey wrench guy?
Oh.
Do you know who I'm talking about? The
Oh,
monkey
yeah.
wrench gang guy? He was really into that kind of direct action, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, we're tired of like the nice little letters up at the state and all the politeness,
Don't
you
get
know.
too far, that's for sure.
And you don't get anywhere, do you? I mean, they just lost a bunch of jobs up there the other day. I live across the street from the Capitol, and I was on my knees laughing. It was like, yes, you know, the more we get rid of these shirkers, the better off we'll be. We're not paying our taxes to them. We're keeping our money. We're going to do it ourselves.
Well, do you actually want to hear the most fascinating piece of information I came across this week?
In fact, yes, because keep me from talking. I'm interviewing you.
So speaking of giving our community dollars to people that don't deserve it, the community here, we're spending $3 million to get new log loaders at the port. And the port is only allowed to make purchases up to $300,000 without consent from the community.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I talked to Joe Downing, a port commissioner, about it
Yes.
this morning, and he said that it wasn't illegal, it was just improper. And I was like, you as a city official are telling me what you're doing is improper right now. First of all, they're going to cut down longshoremen hours, so longshoremen should be hella pissed about that. And they're buying log loaders, and the only person this benefits is Weyerhaeuser, the people that are cutting down all of our trees in the Pacific Northwest.
You know, it's stupid because they say it's publicly run, and basically that just means it's free for Weyerhaeuser, right? We are paying for Weyerhaeuser.
Yeah.
So it's really not public at all, is it? It's just a really nasty turn of phrase. You just brought up some huge news. It should be on the head of the...
It should be on
really,
front
it should be on the
page.
front page of the PI and everything else. So I'm going to load this up because I've got really smart, amazing listeners.
Thank you.
And we are going to get the word out, okay?
appreciate it.
If you can also come onto our channel, if you know any good Reddits, when I spit stuff through the right Reddit, then we can go viral. So
Okay.
let me know if you know a good Reddit thing to put it through, okay?
And when we're done with this interview, I'll give you my my email.
I really thank you.
Appreciate it.
Can I just do a little walk around? I won't look at people, but just like a walk around.
Okay, but also...
This is so cool.
Yeah,
Just
this
you
is-
could keep talking to me too. Walk with me.
Okay.
Give me like a mini tour, all right?
Yeah, I'll give you a
Okay.
mini tour.
Alrighty.
Right here is our safe area for women, right? Women and femmes. And so this big sign says, our port supports oil fracking with our taxes. Inside, it's really great.
I'm so glad someone is finally saying this. I've gotten up and kind of ranted a few times, like, you know, when they've had meetings, and everyone's always silent. Although now and then somebody will come up at the end and go, yay.
Yeah.
But look at this. You guys are like,
We're doing good.
you are
yeah.
doing it.
The
Yeah.
only thing I would ask is that videos don't go inside.
No, I don't
just
want to
on
go
the
inside and
outside.
video. I know that's your little...
But on the inside, we do have a kitchen and snacks and some cozy places for people who need to sleep and stuff like that, you know?
This is so interesting.
Yeah, and we're out here,
Um,
we're making sure that community has food. So we're doing all that we can, really.
You know, good for you guys. Thank you.
That's